Welcome, welcome. Here we are. It's a Wednesday. It is 12:30 on the East Coast, 9:30 in the morning. We are back here. Today it's a little bit different than normal. We are now joined by the knitting family in on their Facebook page because we've got some exciting things going on today that we want to share with you. So we're bringing the whole family together. It's going to be a really great get together. You guys are going to see some brand new products, patterns that we've got coming out. Today is our big launch day of some new patterns, so we're excited to get to share with you. So good morning as you come in. Hello, Chris. Great to see you this morning. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know that you're here, that everything's good. Over on our website, you are going to find some new things starting today. We have the new collection launch that we're going to talk about in just a minute. We've got some new value packs going up. We've got a bunch of new things coming over the next month that I think you guys are going to be really excited about. I know we're really excited about it. We're always happy to get here to join you. Hi, Kathy. Great to see you too. So we launched today our Christmas stocking collection. It's called All is Bright. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw the link in here for everyone. Hi, Marie. Hi, Ashley. Sorry, they were coming in quick there. So I'm putting in the link. Why is it saying YouTube watch? I don't know what that link is. Something that I must have copied from before. Let's see. Can I delete? Oh, okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. When your copy and paste doesn't work properly, then you got to go and figure it out. So now I'm putting in the right link for you to go ahead and take a look at our brand new. I don't want to put my user in timeout. What? Oh, man, guys. Anyway, let's just keep rolling. That is the correct link there. That is for the All is Bright Crochet Christmas Stocking collection that we have going on. We will get the Knit Picks collection up as well in just a moment. But I'm joined by my special guest today of Stacey, and she is on the knitting side, like my counterpart for all the collections and everything. So let me bring Stacey in here. Hey, Stacey.
Good morning.
So this is a face that you guys don't get to see like ever on the crochet side because she is part of our knitting family, but we love having her here. And this is a special project that Stacey and I worked on that we wanted to kind of have mirror each other as best we could so that both knitters and crocheters could have fun with Christmas stockings, and a Christmas in July just felt like the right time to do it. So here we are getting ready for the holidays. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Somebody just said they're just finishing making a hat with Millhouse Super Bulky, that it's lovely soft yarn. Yay, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's one of the new yarns we've got over on the site that we talked about a little bit ago. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. So Stacey and I wanted to collaborate, and we started off by doing 12 stockings, and we thought, hey, let's try to match them up as best we could. So for instance, we have a stocking that has trees on it on both the knit and crochet side. They're not always the exact same technique, but they're very similar. And we also came up with 3 color palettes that were the same so that, again, they could match. And so, Stacey, do you want to talk about the 3 color palettes that we picked?
Yeah, we kind of wanted to, for everyone who celebrates holidays in the wintertime, we kind of wanted to have palettes that represent it, because some people go very traditional, red and green. Some people go more fun, bright colors, and some people like me use just like kind of like a more muted winter Wonderland palette. So we used all 3 of these palettes, and we kind of divided up the stockings once we decided on the final selection. We divided them up between them, and it was really fun doing those color selections, especially since we're on opposite sides of the country. Was challenging but fun.
Yeah, we totally made it work. And speaking of other sides of the country, how about other sides of basically the world? We have Deanna saying Guten Abend from sunny Germany. So good afternoon to you as well. It's so great when we have people watching from all over the place. So thank you so much for joining us and everybody else that's here. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you both the knit and the crochet version that go together. And we are going to just talk about the different stockings and kind of what the thought was behind it, or any other fun facts that we want to talk about. Oh no, the lights went out.
I guess we're not moving around too much. It's like it's on auto. Oh, is that? Oh, and now I know why. Okay.
So
First
that's
time
okay.
here.
We got it covered. We'll make it work. But so what we're going to do is we are going to share the different stockings. And so we're actually going to start with the first one. So these are both ebooks. We are not having a printed version of this book. It's ebook only. And they're both ebooks, so you can grab one or the other. It's both fine, whichever way you would like to go. And so we're going to start with the first one that's in the ebook. And for the crochet side, it is called the Bobbles and Bobbles Stocking. Hold on, let me bring you guys up so it's bigger. Okay, so that is the crochet version. And over on the knit side, it's the Tannenbaum Stocking. And so both of these have trees in it. The crochet one has textured trees with bobbles in it. And Stacey, do you want to tell us a little bit about the knit version?
Yeah, these are, it uses stranded color work for the trees. And they're very cute trees. Not sure what else I can say about it, but it is a nice size stocking for all of your Christmas and holiday needs.
Yeah, we tried to get all of the stockings right around a 14-inch circumference and around a 20-inch length. Some are off by a little bit, some more than others, but that's kind of where we were shooting for. But as you'll see, some of the sizes are different or the shapes are different. And so even though they're not always a traditional looking stocking, they're perfect for like gift giving, putting like a bottle of wine inside or something like that. And if you take a look at the one that Jen is holding, you'll see that the toes and the heel and the cuff are in the red, the body is gray. And if you look closely at the Christmas trees, you'll see these little like ornaments. Those are done with French knots. And we have a video tutorial coming out for you in case you don't know how to do French knots that will be able to help you along the way. Our stocking is done in wool of the Andes worsted. Stacey, do you remember what yours is done in?
I believe it is also wool of the Andes worsted.
Yeah, we did try to match up as best we can. So, you know, we were kind of all doing the same thing. So the next one we have in the book for the crochet side is called Elf's Stocking. And for Stacey's side, I think, Stacey, what did we call that one? Let me scroll here.
Santa's stocking.
Santa stocking, that's right. So we have Santa stocking and we have the elf stocking. So you can match these up and put them out together or separately. Stacey's is a red and mine is a green. And so again, you've got those traditional colors, but really you could take either one of these patterns and you could go and change it up completely so everybody in your family has a different color. This one is done in Brava worsted for the elf stocking in the green. And it also has the fable fur at the top to give you that really cushy Santa-y, stocking-y feel.
And I also want to point out that both the knit and crochet have similar textures on it. That was another thing we went in, kind of like a wavy like texture, if you can see it. Lighting's not great, but
yeah.
We're doing our
Yeah,
best.
it's a little hard on the screen, but you'll be able to see it when you're searching on the website for all of these. And I'm not putting links in right this second, but we will have all of the links loaded individually in the description when we're done here. But you can always go and use that overall link for the book itself, because then when you look at the bottom, it will show you all of the patterns that are included. So the next one we have on the crochet side is called the Paper Garland Stocking. And this is a faux cable stocking. So it's not quite cables, but it's actually made using crochet I-cord. And then you are linking those loops together to make it look like a traveling cable up. Guess what? We're also going to have a video for crochet I-cord. So you're going to learn how to do that too. And this one was the first one that we kind of went with that winter wonderland color theme because we did it in the blue colors. And Stacey's is called Winter Hearth Stocking. So you can see how well they match up together and really bring in that blue for Christmas. It's better. You can see the texture. And I really love with the knit one with a nice texture there, the little cables. It has a nice cuff on the top. And again, all of the stockings do have a loop on it so that you can easily hang it on a mantle or wherever you might be hanging it. So, yeah.
The next one of my personal favorites. So
it did turn out very beautiful. I love that one too. The next one in the collection is our Tunisian gingham stocking. And so we went with the gingham plaid here. Stacey's matches as well with her plaid going into the green colors. We have the red colors. The one for the crochet is using a Tunisian crochet hook and Tunisian stitches, and it is actually holding 2 strands double. So you have 2 of the red, 2 of the white, and then in the middle, you have a red and white held together, and that's what gives it that gingham pattern look, that the two stripes are overlapping. And you'll notice with Stacey's, they're much smaller of the plaid, but it's still the exact same effect where you've got the green and the white, and then you've kind of got the crossover right in the middle. And then Stacey, do you want to talk about the cuff, I guess you'd call it, on the top there? It's not really a cuff, but the finishing.
Yeah, it's a twisted, I don't remember the term. It's like a twisted, it's like basically you can just see it just twisted here. It's a braid.
Could you hold it up just a little higher so we can see it?
Sorry.
Yeah, so that's so awesome. And then it has this nice big puffy pom-pom off the sides. You could totally add that onto any of these stockings if you love pom-poms as well, but some of them just already added it into the pattern for you. So those are 2 Tunisian gingham stockings. And I do want to tell you, spoiler alert, starting on Monday next week, we are going to be on the crochet side launching kits every week for a different stocking. And the Tunisian gingham is going to be our first kit starting on Monday. So be sure to check out for that. Let us know in the comments which of these stockings, both knit or crochet, are your favorites that you would love to see a kit in, and we'll see what we can kind of do for you. But maybe it's already on the list. But let us know. We're going to start having those kits come out as well. The next one on the list for us is the Toy Soldier Stocking. And so this is a really great texture stocking. You'll notice this is not a traditional stocking shape. It's much more squared off in the foot. I almost said boot and foot together. That was really weird. And so that's why we called it the Toy Soldier Stocking, because we thought it was very reminiscent of the boots that a toy soldier would wear. Again, we went with this nice winter color palette here with the blues. And Stacey, you want to go ahead and talk about yours?
Yeah, this one is I just lost the name of it. It's our texture pattern.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
It's our Nordic Forest stocking. You'll have to forgive me. Sometimes I forget the names of the patterns. I usually know who the designer is. I just forget the name of the patterns because I work closely with the designers. And my coworkers have a tendency to name them. Anyway, this is a texture pattern. It's a garter texture. So it's a very simple, if you're new to knitting, it's actually a really great one to start out on. So
yeah, it's really beautiful. I love the texture. It's very like a simple-ish design, but it has such great impact, and it's just really beautiful. And again, make them in all different colors. And yes, we sometimes
that you can see the garter makes a tree.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that shows.
And yeah, so sometimes we do forget the names of the patterns because they're named one thing when we start a collection, and then some of them end up being changed to something else so that they all fit together. And yeah, we sometimes just forget or confuse them. So just bear with us. All right, the next one in the crochet collection is called the Holly and Jolly Stocking. This one is using Bravo worsted. It's the main body of it is the avocado color. I absolutely love that color. It's not the traditional like really dark green, and so that's what we were trying to do, is show you don't have to go straight up traditional, you know, hunter green type of thing and a red. You can kind of play with your variations on a red and green to get these beautiful combinations. And this one is using tapestry crochet to get your holly leaf at the top there. And you can really go wild with all of the different colors. So Stacey, you want to talk about yours?
Ours is probably the cutest one we have. We used, this is using intarsia. So it is not stranded colorwork, but it's intarsia. A little bit more difficult for beginners, but turns out really, really cute. It is a Happy Gnome stocking, and it's got little pom-poms. And it does
love this one.
Use the traditional, and then there's also, for the thing, there is also another little braided
Hanging loop.
Hanging loops. Thank you.
I love it so much. And I love it too because, again, this is a perfect stocking to make just slight changes so you know whose stocking it is in your family if you're making them all the same. You could change up the green of the shirt. You could change up the colors of the hat. It's super cute. You know, I could even see it kind of being worked into something else. You could make a really cute pillow by just following the leg section and adding more stitches to either side. I love the gnome so much. When we saw this one come in, I thought this was the cutest thing ever and we had to have it. So we are so happy to have that in the collection for this time around. So that's super, super cute. I love that one. I just have to say we got a comment here from Kayla saying that I'm going to have to elevate my knitting game. Loving the blue and gray knit texture stocking. So yeah, join us. We'll help you. We'll teach you along the way. We've got lots of videos and tips and tricks on both the knitting and the crochet side. So if you're only doing one craft now, feel free to join us on our sister brand because it's just a big party over here. We just like being with each other and learning from each other and pulling all the new ideas together. So, okay, the next one is the Noel stocking. And this, again, is another Tunisian stocking for the crochet side. This is done in our Dishy yarn. And it's super, like, simple, but you could totally change it up. You could make those little textured stripes in the body of the stocking a different color if you really wanted to. You could keep it all one color like we have here. Either way, you've got a great stocking. And this one is a little different because the cuff actually like folds over. In a lot of the other cases, it's either doubled or it's just like a band at the top. But this one is made that it folds over to give a little extra thickness to it, but also has some movement still to it. So that is the Noel stocking on the crochet side.
And then I think the one that went with that one was our Fruitcake Stocking. It is polka dots. It's very cute, very reminiscent of fruitcake, but this uses a technique called duplicate stitch, where you're not actually knitting these little dots in. You're actually doing almost embroidery on it or cross stitch if you like to do that. It's a little bit easier of a way to do color work because you're actually just knitting this gray stocking, and then you're just and you can kind of do your own thing on them. So you can also do it in using intarsia, however you prefer. So.
Yeah, and also you could learn the technique here of duplicate stitch, and you could also, instead of doing dots, you could do a letter, you could do a name. It's the same technique if that's what you want to do. And I do want to bring up that Stacey and I worked really hard on this collection of stockings to make sure that we were representing a ton of techniques so you could learn something kind of no matter what stocking you pick to do. And that was really important to us because we wanted to make sure we were covering everybody's skill levels, but also pushing you a little bit. And I did forget to mention, all of these stockings are toe up. We made that a requirement as well, so that it was the same kind of construction. You weren't learning a new construction every time. Sometimes the heels are a little bit different and things like that, or it's two panels seamed together. But overall, it's toe up for these stockings. So the next one we have for crochet is called the Festive Overlay Mosaic Stocking. And this is the overlay mosaic technique. And it's just phenomenal. This designer for us, Yvonne, she also did a pair of socks for us in our collection from fall last year. And it was just absolutely phenomenal. I knew I had to have her come back and do another mosaic stocking for us. And she just knocked it out of the park. Again, not very, but more traditional with the reds, the greens, and the whites. We threw a little bit of the pink in there to just kind of tie it all together. And I love how this turned out. I just think it's absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. It is beautiful. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just awesome. I love it. I love it. And this is done in our Wool of the Andes Sport. So again, you have a ton of choices to pick from that you can really customize it to what you want for your house.
And our Fair Isle one is in a similar color palette. In fact, I think it uses the exact same colors.
Yep.
So this is using stranded technique in knitting side. And so we've got this is by, if you have done stockings in the past, you may have seen Faye Kennington's stockings before. She has several books on them, so she did this one special for us. So we were very, very happy to see that. So
could you just show the inside of that stocking just so people understand if they don't know what stranded color work means? So you're going to have like the floats behind it that you're doing as you switch. You're not cutting the yarn every time you're changing colors. For those of you that's what you typically do. So it makes it a lot easier to be doing the color work and just kind of carrying the yarn with you. So again, another way to do color work instead of the duplicate stitch. And it's just phenomenal. The different patterns that are in that stocking, the colors that go together. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I love it. Okay, somebody is asking about where to get the patterns. I'm going to put in here the link again for the crochet book. I got to grab the link for the knit book. I will put that in shortly. And Amy is saying, I so wish I could knit. You can do it. We are here to help you. Join us. There's some free patterns over on the Knit Pick site that you can get started with. We've got tons of tools on both the Knit Picks and the WeCrochet website that you can get started on your journey, no matter what the craft is. And we're so excited for you to do that and join us along in the fun. Okay, so the one that Jen is now holding up is called the Holly Berry Stocking. And this is done in our Snuggle Puff yarn. And okay, guys, I have to admit, before this stocking was done, I'd never touched our Snuggle Puff in person. When I got this stocking, I fell in love with Snuggle Puff. It is so soft. It is so wonderful. Like you just want to rub it all over your face, you know, if you like to do that kind of thing. But it is so great. Like you just want to have it up against your skin, and it is working wonderfully for this stocking as well. And so here we have our tassels at the bottom. We've got some pom-poms in the middle, and then we've got the leaf applique on the top to make it, you know, your holly berries for your Christmas time. So this was kind of our tassel and pom-pom stocking that we had. So Stacey's also has tassels in hers.
It's also in Snuggle Puff. So it's got a couple little tassels along the cuff, and then it's just kind of a plain body. So it's a good beginner project for knitters because you're creating just like it's just a straight stockinette stitch.
And can I throw in that you could absolutely take all of this and add it to the knit one. So if you wanted to knit a stocking and then embellish it, you could totally do that.
You certainly could.
Yeah, you can totally use
it. I know, I do too. It's very cute.
It's super festive, this one.
Yeah, we're excited about that, and all the possible color combinations that you can put together. You know, we tried to go literal with our pom-poms to be the cherry holly berries and the leaves, but you could totally pick something different and really go out there and kind of express yourself with color. And this really has a great texture that everybody's probably going to want to feel as they go by, but that's okay. It's really, really great. The next one we have in the collection is called our Spice Drop Stocking. And this one uses like a Catherine's wheel stitch. And so we're changing the yarn between the stitches. We've got the 3 beautiful colors to it. It works up pretty quickly. And if you look at where the hanger is, the designer designed it so it has like a little bow to it. If you turn it around, Jen, there's a little bow with the pom-poms hanging off of it. It is so cute. I really love that extra little detail. And all it is a long chain that you tie into a bow and attach your pom-poms to. You could totally add that to any stocking if it's something that you enjoy. And this is done in our Brava yarn. So super affordable, tons of colors, really great gifting idea, or to put on your own mantle.
Yep, this one is, we called it our Poinsettia stocking. I always call it in my head rainbow stocking, but this uses, this is actually a great stash busting type project because it uses small amounts of each of these colors. So it also uses a stranded method to get the different stripes, but it's a very colorful and bright, pretty stocking.
I love how that one is striped. And, you know, if you don't want to do stripes, you don't have to. You could do, you know, leave the white color it is, and instead of going through different colors, make it all one color or 2 colors. You know, it's totally up to you. You could do every other one of those stripes in there. It could be a different color as opposed to, I think it's like what, 3 rows of each color.
Yeah, Mhm.
Yeah, of like the little chevrons. So there's so many different options of what you can do to really make it your own. I love this one. It makes me so happy with the colors that are in there. It's just a joy to kind of look at and bring some joy into your home for the holiday season. So I do really like that one a lot. Oh, here we go. Leah said, just an idea, but if you want to use them to fill, line them with fabric, including the hanging loop so it doesn't stretch out. That is a great idea, Leah. And that's very true because depending on who you're filling it for, I know with my kids, sometimes things can get heavy in the stocking. Like you think it's small, but it's heavy. And that's very true. It could stretch out your stocking. So lining it would be a great idea if you want to go that route, or if you're just hanging them, that's fine too. They're perfect decorations as well. All right, so the next one that Jen has is our candy cane stocking, and this was our striped variety. So Stacey and I both did stripes for this. We went back to our traditional color palette for it. Stacey's stripes are horizontal, mine are vertical, and it's just really fun. Two really great projects, unique in their own way. I love it. And these both use Brava again. And we even snuck some Brava speckle in there if you take a close look at the stripes there, just to kind of tie it all together. We really love these. They are super fun. And they're really, well, at least the crochet one is very like a retro feeling. So you could totally play with what colors you are throwing into that project. Stacey, you want to say anything about yours?
Yeah, it's just a basic stripe one, but it's got the interesting widths of stripes and the way it kind of cuts in with the heel here. It also has a cuff that has like what are called tuck stitches. I believe that's the term. I always call them tuck stitches. So they're just kind of gives it a nice visual interest here on the top.
Yeah, I love that. That turned out so great. I love that cuff. That's really awesome. I love the texture to it. It just kind of like steps it up a notch because, you know, you just got your stripes, which is wonderful, but then it adds a little extra technique that you can learn in that stocking. So,
and you don't have to keep the stripes at this width if you like just doing random stripes or you like doing very uniform stripes. You could always just change it up. So.
Totally. Yeah. So you have a lot of options there too. All right, the last one that we have is our motif. And for the crochet side, we have this one called Home for the Holidays Stocking. And this one again uses our snuggle puff. You'll see in here, or if you get the pattern and you read it, you'll see that there is a description of the different colors that are used in the stocking that you're seeing now. But you can totally mix and match and just create blocks on the fly and seam them together. They don't have to follow any color pattern as long as you have the right number of rows and you're joining them together. You can make it work for anything. I really love this one. It's super soft, super great. You'll notice the foot is a little wider than some of the others, so you're definitely going to be able to stuff a lot down in there, but it's really great, and I love this one as a motif. And this is join as you go, so you're kind of constantly joining every time you're making one of the motifs. And then Stacey has a motif option.
Yep, it is also, I believe it is also join as you go. Ours is solid though, so it's very different. It also has a larger foot, again, for all those extra goodies. Yeah, and it's got this really interesting texture on each of the motifs, if you can see that. That makes it look like snowflakes. So they're very, very cute.
Yeah, I love that motif. I think it's absolutely stunning, even just by itself. It is beautiful. I love that stocking so much. It'll be great for hanging on your mantle, or maybe you don't hang it on your mantle. I know at our house, our one house, we didn't have a mantle, so we had to hang things on the staircase, but it was still great. We still got to enjoy our stockings and everything else. So on the crochet side, we also have 3 bonus stockings. So the 12 that we just showed you are what are included in the ebook for both the knit and the crochet. So you do have to buy 2 separate ebooks. They're not together, but if you want them, you can get them separately. But then on the crochet side, we're also launching 3 additional patterns that you can purchase individually if you so want to. The first one I'm going to show you is called Christmas Magic, and it is one that I think represents a chimney really well. It's got the red, it's got the white, you've got so much texture here. You've got the bobbles on the cuff, you've got the cabling down the middle, and then Jen, as you kind of go over that, show that toe. Look at the little like sunburst type of effect over there on the toe. It's really cute. Like, we didn't just leave any part of it out. There's texture all over, which makes it really, really wonderful. And again, pick your colors as you like. We went red and white, made it look kind of like a chimney with Santa coming down, but you could use it however you like and the colors. The next bonus pattern we have is called Winter Wonderland Stocking, and this has really great texture on it with these loops. So again, another technique to learn. All one color. I mean, you could do your loops in a different color, I guess, if you wanted to, but this is all one color that makes it really easy to kind of just work through it. You don't have to worry about color changes, and it's just a really great textured stocking with the little loops hanging off as well. Oh, I want to do a cuff in the faux fur with that body design. Yes, that would be wonderful with the Christmas Magic stocking and putting a faux fur cuff on it. That would be really awesome too. All right, and the third bonus pattern that we have coming out is called our Mistletoe Stocking, and this is a textured stocking. Again, all one color. You've got like a basket weave kind of through it and then a different texture up at the cuff. And it's just a really great one. This is also done in our Wool of the Andes, which was a big staple in this collection. It's a great workhorse yarn, and we really love it. It's really going to keep its strength because it is the wool. And again, a just nice, simple textured pattern that is one color, so you don't have to worry about color changes. You're just worrying about the texture change. And so, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So those last three patterns, you do have to purchase individually. We will put the links in here in the description of both videos so that you can see where to grab those patterns. We're just working a little behind the scenes here with everybody. So we're getting it all up there, but you'll have those links. Yeah. And so those are our two collections, both the knit and the crochet collection launched today. So you can go ahead and grab them. They're ebook only, and you're going to fall in love with all of these projects. I just want to say too, thank you to Jen and Stacey. Oh, you're going to have to get a little closer. We can't see you, Jen. For helping to share all of these. Thank you, Stacey, for joining us. I know this is not your typical thing. They do a podcast over for Knit Picks. We do a live video. So we just kind of made Stacey join us and say, get over here and help us out. So she was a great trooper to help us. Maybe we'll help her out on her podcast sometime. Who knows?
Yeah, I think we might have you on the podcast soon. So stay tuned.
Sounds good. I will be there. So thank you to everybody who was watching live today or anybody who watches the replay. We're always so happy to have you. Keep letting us know which is your favorite stocking, which one you want to see a kit in. On the crochet side, there will be a new kit every Monday that is launched for the next 6 weeks. So we're only going to have 6 kits. But yeah, you'll be able to grab some of these really great stockings in kit form if you want, or go ahead and grab your patterns now. Sorry. Deanna said that this release is a nightmare for indecisive bi-stitchuals, those who knit and crochet like me. So many great choices. Well, I am so happy that we could make it a hard choice for you, because that just means we did our job really, really well. We also have a comment from Susan. She said, I love the variety of crochet stockings. If I start now, I can make one for all the grandbabies. That is a wonderful, wonderful gift. I know for babies in my family or people I know, I always make a baby blanket, but I love the Christmas stocking idea that you could do that as a baby shower gift as well. It's a quicker, usually, that in most cases, than a blanket, and really something that they can use forever, which is a really, really great option. Teresa says, so glad I could watch the live video today. It was so great to have you, Teresa. It's always fun to have you join us. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I do want to share that we are having a bonus Facebook and YouTube live event tomorrow. So be sure to watch our social media so you can see when that's going to happen. But we have a very special guest coming on. So we're making a special time for her to come and join us. And I hope you'll come back and join us tomorrow afternoon. It is going to be a later time. So those of you on the West Coast, this is like 9:30 and early. We're going to give you a little bit bumper and you'll be a little bit later in the day. So hopefully you'll come and join us then. So thanks again. And we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. Bye.